It's day 6 of our 30-day Stardew Valley Island challenge. Now the main goal for today is to find our next villager for Stardew Island. In the last part we did get a lot done with unlocking the ability to decorate our villager homes later on in the challenge. We reached a 3-star island rating and we also unlocked Captain and Brewster on the island too. So today is going to be a lot more relaxed and cosy as we hopefully look for our next villager. Today's episode will be longer than usual too because of this, so do let me know if you do prefer these longer form of episodes or whether you prefer things to be condensed down into a much shorter episode, especially when it comes to the villager hunting. I really would love your feedback on that, so do let me know in the comments below. But in other news, we now have access to Slumber Islands, which is really great because many of you mentioned it would be a good option to possibly use Slumber Islands to create the desert in Stardew Valley or even Ginger Island too if we want to. So that could be something that we look into later as well. And we also have our Taylor tickets from Label in the mail today, so that's great. We'll be able to use those later. So let's start with getting a few things done around the island first, like burying this gyroid that Brewster gave us yesterday, and we'll give that a quick water now as well. Sahara is here today again, which is great, and now that we do have a little bit more money than before, I'm going to start getting things from her by buying one of each rug and the wallpaper and the flooring that she has for sale. We got a few good things, but nothing that's too interesting yet, so we'll just put them away for now. I'll leave the leftover Sahara ticket on the floor for now, although it does actually blend in with the rug, so maybe we'll drop it here instead. That'll do for now. We got some points for that too, which is nice, and I see that if we pop a balloon, we'll get the ×5 Nook Miles, which will give us 1,000 points today, which is great. We need those. Our museum is closed at the moment while it's being upgraded, but I really can't wait for the roost to be open. Girl needs her coffee. So let's head into resident services and check the recycling. There are some good things here that we can claim this morning, which is great. And we can also get our daily miles while we're here and check the Nook shopping. Now I'm not sure if I really need this ink to be honest, but it might be useful at some point, so I think I will get it while I'm here. But we're still lacking on Nook miles though, so I'm going to hold off redeeming any more for now until we can earn some more. Nook's Cranny has this ball and a stall that might be useful for later. Again, I'm not too sure, but I think it's worth getting them anyway, just in case. And I'm also going to get some wrapping paper because I am going to want that soon. And I might as well start getting some wallpaper and floorings so that we can have some good options saved up when we start decorating. I'll harvest our money tree too, as I just cleared myself out from Nook's Cranny. And then everything we have in our bags can be put away for now. I'm going to take out a few things from storage though to sell to Nooks while I'm at it. And we might as well say hi to our villagers on our way back over there. Like our adorable Nan and Egbert. And oh, it looks like Egbert is our first true friend as well. I love that. So let's sell off all these random things that we had in storage because we don't really need them right now. And that's going to give us a really nice 11,000 bells. Now Sable is starting to chat to us more now, which is great. We should start receiving her patterns soon enough and they're going to be helpful later. There are a few things I do like in the shop today too, like these jumpers and these jeans and these boots too. So I think I'll grab a few variations to put away in storage. I also really like this hat for our Willy if we do eventually find him and have him on the island. And I was trying to save the Taylor tickets for the more pricier items, but I just realised that I accidentally used them up on this stuff. But it's fine, I mean, we're doing okay for money at the moment, so it's not a big deal. So with that done, let's go find out who's crafting today. Now, Shino and Rowan are hanging out together, which was a surprise. I was not expecting that. And look at Ava just relaxing by the river so adorably. She's definitely a Jodie talking about household chores like this. Our lovely Marnie, Patty, is crafting today. But it's not really a good one, to be honest. It's just a door plate. We will take it though, so thanks, Patty. And look, our hotel is now open and looking very nice. It's just not very Stardew, so I have a bit of a dilemma here. Do let me know if you would like us to do anything with the hotel during this series at all, or if we should just leave it untouched for now and avoid tourists walking around the island and so on. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. I found our DIY on the beach, but it is just a pansy table, so nothing useful at the moment. So I think we should probably get some of our daily tasks done real quick, like hitting our rocks to gather up some materials, digging up the fossils on the island, and getting distracted by Egbert's adorable face as he watches this butterfly. Ooh, there's that balloon we need for the ×5 points, but it's right over the river. So I'm going to have to stand here and wait for it to come all the way over here before I can shoot it down. But I really need those points though. Okay, almost there. Just a little bit more. Ooh, there we go. And all of that just for a magazine that I already bought yesterday. But we did get those 1,000 Nook Mile points though, so it's still worth it. I'll dig up our daily bell spot of course and replant another 10,000 for our money tree. And now it's time to tackle that mega forest and shake all our trees for the wasps, the items, and of course any bells. Having them all condensed and lined up like this is certainly a lot easier for this, but there are just so many trees. Okay though, with all our trees shaken, we can now sell off everything that we don't need to Nook's Cranny and we can put the rest away. I will quickly plant our money tree here too though. And I should probably grab a bunch of apples because I now need to dig up those fruit trees and move them all back into place, just to make it a little bit easier and tidier. There, that does look a lot better I think, and now we have them all ready for selling and for gifting too. While I'm here, I'm going to harvest and water all our crops, though again it does look like it might rain like it did the other day. I'm still going to do it though, just in case, because you never know. And now we can sell off our harvest to Nooks for another 75,000 bells. That's brilliant. So I just came into resident services to buy a plot of land, and it's really weird to see that Tom isn't even here. I'm so used to him being here. I completely forgot that he's going to be at the hotel waiting for me to go there. I wonder if Isabel might come over and help me instead. That's a solid no. Okay, so I guess I am going to have to go inside the hotel and at least be introduced to it, but then we can leave the rest for now. So let's head inside. We can meet Capin and his family and be introduced to the new hotel. They're of course going to need my help to decorate it before it can properly open. But the main thing is now Tom is back to work and I can go buy that plot that we need. We'll put this plot down on the beach near the others right here. That should be fine for now. And that means we have just one more plot of land to sell before we've reached our final 10th one. We of course still need 2 more villagers to reach 10 though. And then we will have a bunch that we're going to need to replace soon as well. But with the plot down and some tickets in hand, it's time to start the search for our next villager. So grab some snacks, a cozy blanket and a warm drink and settle in with me as we go in search of our next Stardew villager. I think we'll just start with these 15 tickets for now and see how we go. But let's have a quick chat about who we're hoping to find today. Now I've been playing around with a mood board that we made, tweaking it a bit here and there and factoring in your suggestions and ideas as well from the comments and from our Discord. And so far this is kind of what I'm leaning towards. It's still up for debate and not set in stone at all, but I'm thinking that this does give us the most characters represented in the main houses, with a player home for Lewis and possibly Linus, although we may just stick to the campsite for him and then scan an amiibo in so that someone's always there like Tucker. And then of course we have the Wizard, the Hat Mouse, Pam and Penny's trailer and possibly Elliot's cabin that we will build. You'll notice I've left one house free because I may move the characters around a little bit and move someone to a player house instead so that we could either have Pam or Penny or Elliot in a character home. Or maybe even have a second home for Maru or Robin alongside Sebastian instead. So these are the ones that I still kind of have question marks around with right now and I'm still not really sure how I want to go about it. So for today, we're going to hopefully look for one of these villagers for the main houses. Ones that I would say are mostly a definite, but again, still not entirely sure. So we have Shane, Sebastian, Leah, Harvey, Gus and Willie, and potentially Elliot. Though, as I mentioned, any of them could still be moving to a player spot or be built instead. We'll figure it out as we go. It's all really about who we might come across and the vibes we get when we do. So with that, let's get started. The first island is a mountain island with a kangaroo, Astrid. Not the strongest start, but I'm going to check for a DIY while I'm here, and I will be doing this on every island as we go forward. There's no DIY here, but there is a fossil, so we'll grab that. And my shovel broke already. Alright, well, I'm going to grab a new one from Wilbur for now, and then we can head on to the next island. The second island is Hippo. Again, I do feel like this guy is kind of haunting me. I feel like I keep coming across him way too many times already in this series. So let's just carry straight on. We have a sister fruit island now, which is great for us as we do need those bells. And we also have Fuchsia here on this one. Now she's a really nice villager, but she's just so very pink. Not really very Stardew either. So let's just grab all the fruit and we'll get this DIY too. We've got the golden meter and pipes. Ooh, the normal version of this would be really good for the blacksmith shop, but we're going to need to find that first. On the next island, we have a fossil right here. Perfect. And we have, I can't actually remember his name. Sparky? Yeah, no. No, it's Static. All right, that wasn't even well, kind of close, but not really. I couldn't actually remember it for a moment, but Sparky sounds more like a Pokemon. Sorry, Static. All right, well, we've got another DIY here though, so we'll take this, and we've got the armor shoes on this one. Island number 5, and we have Axel again, and this is another one that I feel like I keep seeing as well. Now, during this villager hunt, I'm not going to worry about shaking trees for wasps and items. I'm just going to focus on doing that on our own island now to save time. So I'm just going to be looking for the villagers and DIYs on the islands. We have Hopper on this island. He's not really for us or the island right now, but he's okay. The next island is a sister fruit island, which is great. So that's going to give us more bells as well. And here we have Ursula. Oh, I love Ursula. So she was my starter on my Forever Island that's part of my fun mode series. I had her and Lyman, and she's still there right now. I've become really attached to her and I don't really want her to leave, to be honest. It's so lovely to see her though. So let's grab all the fruit again before we head on out to the next island. And we have a waterfall island now, and the very adorable Meringue with her strawberry horn. Now she is really cute. I do like Meringue, but of course she's not what we're looking for right now, so we're just going to check for a DIY and then head back to the plane. The next island, and we have Gruff. Now, I'm not really a fan of Gruff, to be honest. He's just not for me. I mean, he is a farm animal, but he's not one that's on my list right now. So again, let's just grab this DIY. We've got the basement flooring. That could be useful, to be honest, but I'm not really sure right now. Next up, we have Pango. Now, Pango is one of the few anteaters I do really like. She's so colourful and quite pretty as well. Really, really interesting. But of course, she's just not for our island right now. We do have another DIY though, this time from Mint, and it's the wooden music box. That's quite a nice one. We have Bamboo Island now, and here we have Frita, the hot dog sheep. Now, Frita's really unique. I've never actually had her before, but I can't honestly say that I'm that eager to. She's just really not for me. But there's no DIY on this island either, so I guess we're going to move straight on to the next one. And now we have Felicity. Now, Felicity is one of the options on the mood board that I have for Penny. I do really like her and I thought she was a very good match. But two things, to be honest. First, I'm remembering that she's peppy, which I wasn't really thinking too much about at the time, and that puts me off a little bit because that doesn't really match Penny's vibe, being peppy. But the most important thing right now is that your guys' feedback, and when we did the mood board, we kind of figured it out that it makes more sense to build the trailer rather than have a villager for Pam or Penny, just because of the aesthetic of the town would look better with a trailer rather than a house. So we may go ahead and still do that at the moment, unless I can move someone around to make room for them. I'm not too sure. So with that in mind, as much as I really, really like her, I think I'm going to hold off on Pam or Penny right now until we figure out those last few houses as we go along. On the next island, we have Tangy. Now, it's so unusual for me to see multiple cats back to back like this. I don't usually get that. And I do really like Tangy. I think she's really fun and unique, but of course, not what we're looking for. We do have this DIY and a fossil to grab those, so we'll take those. On the next island, we have Tammy, and I feel like we're seeing her a lot too through the series. We do have another DIY here as well, the pile of Zen cushions, so we may as well grab that. And already we only have one more ticket left before I need to get another stack, so let's head on to the next island. And now we have Gruff again. Just no, I don't want to be seeing duplicates this early on already. Don't do this to me, please. Alright, well there's no DIY either, so let's head back to our island and I'll quickly sell off all these fruits. We'll drop the fossils on the ground that we found and I'll grab some more tickets so we can carry on. This time I'll just grab 20. Island number 16, and it looks like the villager is hiding over here. Oh no, wait, I see them. It's Boyd, I think. It's a gorilla, so let's carry straight on. We have another waterfall island, and this time we have Jambet. I'm not really keen on Jambet, to be honest, so I'm going to continue straight on to the next one. And this time we have Buzz, an eagle. Not a bad villager, to be fair, but definitely not for our island, so I'm not going to hop over there. I'm just going to check for the DIY, and there is one. But it's the Garden Rock DIY, and we already know that, so we'll just leave that right here. Island number 19, and we have Billy again. Now we've seen Billy a few times too already. Not really seeing many new faces at the moment, but I will grab this fossil while I'm here. And now we have Chadwick. Now Chadwick's a very cute penguin, and it does remind me a little bit of Puck too. They could possibly be related maybe. But again, not for Stardew, so let's keep looking. And now we have Flurry on this island, a very cute villager for sure. And again, not what we're looking for though, so let's keep going. On the next island, we have another villager who's hiding apparently. Come on, it can't be that bad. Oh, okay, it's Kevin Bacon again. He is a farm animal and one that we have seen before, but just not what I'm hoping to find right now. So let's grab this fossil before we go. We have another mountain island and a cute little rod again. We are seeing a bunch of villagers that we've come across already quite a few times in this series. Really hoping to see some new faces today. And now we have Aurora on this one, who was at our campsite in the last episode. Very, very adorable, of course, but again, just not what we're looking for Stardew. We have Gwen on this island, another really cute penguin. I don't mind Gwen at all, she seems really nice. And we do have a DIY here too, the terrarium. That's a nice one to find. And at least we're getting some good DIYs. On to the next island, and I can already see my DIY right there, so I'm going to grab that first. Ooh, we have the log decorative shelves. That's a really nice one to get. And it's Stew on this island, so let's just keep going. On the next island, we have Wendy, and Wendy is one of the really cute sheep, to be honest. And of course, she is a farm animal, but she's not on the list because I couldn't think of anyone that she really gave the vibe of, or I felt that she could represent, to be honest. So yeah, let's keep going on to the next one. And we have Money Rock Island and Billy again. What is going on? We do have a DIY too, so let's grab that first. And then we can eat an apple, we'll smash the rock, and then I'm going to hop on over here and get all the bells from our money rocks. I'll gather up all the money and then we'll jump on to the next island. On this island we have Scoot. He's pretty cute. I do like Scoot. I had him on one of my first ever islands briefly and I did really enjoy having him. We are up to island number 30 already, and here we have Alice. Now, Alice is really adorable. I do like Alice, and I'd really like to have her at some point. But of course, being a koala, she's not really for Stardew, so we'll keep going. Number 31, and we have another bamboo island here. And it's Pee-wee, another gorilla. Again, not what we're looking for, but we'll grab this fossil and this DIY. But it is a bonfire, which we already know, and I keep finding this one out of all the DIYs. Let's move on to the next island. Another mountain island, and here we have Bettina. Now, Bettina is one of the cute mice as well. I do like Bettina. There is also another fossil here, so we'll grab that before we move on. And we have Octavian again. I keep coming across Octavian again as well. I feel like I'm seeing him a lot since episode 1. Elise is on this island. Not a bad monkey, but again, not for me, to be honest. And there's no DIY here, so we're going to continue straight on. Tipper is on island number 35, and she represented Marnie on Cassie's island that we toured recently. I think she was a really great choice for Marnie and really, really cute as well. But I really do love that we have Patty on ours, so of course we're not going to be taking Tipper, but we will grab this DIY, though it's another duplicate. And let's continue on. So we are out of tickets again already, so I'm going to drop off these fossils and I'll grab some more tickets so that we can carry on with our villager hunt. So I've grabbed another 20 tickets and we are ready to go. So we've got island number 36 and we have another Money Rock Island. So that's our second one today already. And it looks like Vesta is on this island. So let's grab an apple again, break the rock, and then I'll run around and collect up all our bells from this island. There's a fossil here too, which is nice. Next up we have Bamboo Island and it's Panchetti. Now I still really like Panchetti for Pam. She really is my favourite match for her so far, but I need to hold off because we're planning on building the trailer at the moment. Island number 38 and it's Rio, and I really love Rio. I remember when she was added in one of the updates and she was one of my favourites at the time. She's so colourful and fun, but I've only ever had her once just for a really short time. So we have the bamboo partition DIY here, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go grab a new shovel from Wilbur and make it stronger with iron as well so that we have one ready when we need it. The next island is a sister fruit island, which is great. So we're going to get some more bells as well. And we have the really cute Deirdre on this island. I really like Deirdre and I still think she could be a good option for someone like Robin. But at the same time, thinking about it, I do think Fauna would probably be a better match for her if we do have a Robin and if we do have a Deer. So let's grab this DIY instead. Another duplicate. All right, let's move on. Next up, we have a mountain island and it's Annalisa. She's one of the few cute anteaters as well, but unfortunately still not what we're looking for. And we have Bud on this one, another one that we've seen quite a few times, so let's keep going. Another bamboo island now, and this time we have the adorable Bee. And now I really love Bee. I wish there was someone that she would suit from Stardew because I'd love to have her, but I just don't get any strong vibes from her. So unfortunately won't be taking her. Let's carry on. Island number 43, and we have Marina for the bajillionth time. Marina, we're going to fall out. Now we have Zucker. Another octopus, but I've only seen him once or twice so far, so that's not too bad. I'll take this DIY though. Oh, it's the sleigh, that's a good one. Another bamboo island, and it's adorable Ozzy. I'm pretty sure the first time we saw Ozzy was on a bamboo island as well. I think in the first episode. Island number 46 is another Money Rock Island. Okay, so that's our third so far. I should probably add a counter for Money Rock Islands because I have a feeling this is going to be a long villager hunt. It's Coach on this island, so straight away an easy pass for me, but let's grab all those bells again before we head back to the plane. It's really nice that we have over 200k in our bag right now. We have Greta on this island, and well, I mean, she's not too bad. She's okay. Not one of my favourite mice, but she's alright. On the next island, we have Wade, another super cute penguin. I mean, just look at that face. He's too cute. I can't take him though, not for this one. And next up, we have Leonardo, and this is an easy pass, obviously, because he's not the right kind for us. So let's keep on going. And wow, we're at island number 50 already. I can't believe it. This is going to definitely be a long villager hunt, I think. Oh, we have our fourth Money Rock Island now as well. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, all these bells are going to be super helpful for us. Gwen is here though. Again, another duplicate. But she is cute, so I don't mind too much. Let's grab all those bells once again and then we'll jump back on the plane. I was just thinking as well that we have easily made over 1 million bells already so far and hit that initial goal, but I think I'm going to aim to have 1 million in savings by the end of the challenge. Island number 51 now, and we have another mountain island, and it's some kind of vampire pig that I rarely ever see. Boris, I didn't even remember his name to be honest. I guess he's supposed to be more of a boar, but yeah, still a pass for me. And we have Raddle on this island. Now, Raddle's been suggested a few times as an option for Harvey because he does have that doctor vibe about him. And it is a really, really good idea. I do think he could be a good Harvey. I honestly don't think that for me, I'm personally that much of a fan of him. And I don't really get that vibe very strongly. I think so far that the farm animals that we've got on the mood board would be a better suit for the lineup that we have. So unfortunately, I'm going to pass on Raddle, but maybe another time in the future. We have Chevrolet now on this island, a very, very cute go. I do really like Chevrolet. Again, just not anyone that I feel she could be a great match for, unfortunately, so we are going to keep going. But I did just find the DIY for the long log sofa, which I love. I'll probably use furniture like this at my farmhouse. Apple is on this island, another very, very cute villager, just not one of the options for Stardew. This is going to be really hard. I have a feeling that the more specific we get, the longer and harder these hunts are going to be trying to find the right one. I just want to apologise for my voice as well. If I sound a little bit bunged up, I do apologise. I feel like I'm getting a little bit under the weather or a little bit of the flu maybe. So hopefully it's not too bad, but let's carry on. So we have Island 55 and we have Annalise. I love Annalise and she was such a great suggestion for Sandy in the desert. I think she would be perfect for her, especially with the whole pink hair and the whole vibe that she's got going on. I'm really starting to wish we had a house for Sandy now. I would love to take her, but in order to have her, I'd have to move someone else out of a villager home and possibly have a player for them instead. The other option that's been mentioned is that we make a small slumber island for the desert and possibly Ginger Island. So that could be a good option. But in order to have any villagers over there that we can have walking about, we have to have had her on the main island first. So maybe we'll come back for her at some point because I do really like her and I'm so tempted to take her. But I really want to focus on the main town first right now. So we'll pass and continue on for the moment. But let me know your thoughts on Annalise in the comments and what you think we should do about that. Let's make a quick pit stop back on our island so we can drop off the money that we found so far, and I can also drop off these fossils, and of course we'll grab some more tickets too. Now Rossetti is on our island for the first time, so that's pretty cool. Such a good addition to the new update, but we're not going to need these services right now, so let's sell off these cherries to Nook's Cranny and then we can head on back to the airport for the next island. We have Norma on this island, and she was another great option for Marnie that I had, but I am really glad that we went with Patty because I do think she's the best option for our Marnie. Another mountain island, and this time we have Cole. He really is a little dust sprite or a Krobus for sure, but we still need to pass on him because we're already so limited with our housing. Next up, we have another Sister Fruit Island, and it's Clay again. Clay was the very first villager we saw on our very first villager hunt in this series. We have our 5th Money Rock Island. I can't believe it, we're getting so many already. And it's Kyle on this one. Now, Cassie's island had Kyle as Sam, I believe, and I thought he was a really great match. His room looked really cool, and if you haven't seen that tour that I posted recently, definitely check it out because it was a lot of fun to look around that island. We are up to island number 60 now, and we have another Sister Fruit Island. So at least we're making good money during this hunt, and we have Frank here on this island. Now Frank's one that I rarely come across, to be honest, but he's not what we're looking for. And there goes my shovel again. Probably from all the Money Rock Islands, to be honest. Next up we have Ozzy again, but he's too cute to be mad at. I'm not going to go up there this time because we've seen him a few times now. And now we have Bruce. Pretty cool deer, but not for Stardew, so let's keep going. And now we have Robin, another villager that we've seen a few times, so once again, let's move straight on. We have another Sister Fruit Island now, and it's Goose on this one. I really like Goose, and I think he would have been a great option for Stardew as well. Not too sure who he would have been a good match for though, to be honest. But we do have a couple of great chickens, so we're not going to be taking Goose. Let's keep going. We have Tank on this one. An easy pass because he is a rhino, but I don't mind Tank at all. And now we're out of tickets. So once again, I'll grab some more from the house and then we can sell off all our fruit while we're here and deposit our bells into the ADB before we continue on. We've got more than enough to pay off our loan actually, so it's probably worth doing that, to be honest. Yeah, let's do that while we're here and then we can get our next upgrade commission. And now that that's done, let's head on to the next island and continue on with our villager hunt. I took a short break to grab some food and whatnot, so it has been a few hours, but we are ready to continue on now with our villager hunt. And we have Rhonda on this island, another rhino, so we're not off to a strong start as we continue, but let's jump to the next one. We have Blair on this island. Now, I really like Blair. I think she is such a cute squirrel. Just again, not what we're looking for. Okay, so we have another Money Rock Island. I think that makes about 5 or 6 now. I'll have to add a counter in editing, but that's really cool. So let's grab this fossil. Ugh, it's hippo again on this one. I'd be mad, but there's like almost 100,000 bells on this island, so let's go grab all of those. Now, I really wish they would have added a feature where if you reach the 99,000 bells in your wallet, that it doesn't just pile all these random bells in each slot in your inventory and instead puts them into one bag. That would have been great. The next island, and I just found the pile of cardboard boxes DIY and Hans. Now, I really like Hans, but I always feel so guilty when I see him. I had him on my very, very first island, but that's a story for another time. Let's continue on. Island number 70, and we have Velma. Now, we've seen Velma once before, and this is a hard one because she is on the mood board as a really good option for Maru, and we had some comments about a really cool way that we could do her house and Sebastian's next to each other to make the carpenter's shop. The only dilemma I'm facing is that if we look at the mood board, if we do have Maru and Sebastian, or we have Robin and Sebastian and have two houses there, then again we do need to give up someone else in a villager home to make room for it, and either build their lot or move them to a player spot. And right now I'm really undecided on whether that's the best way to go about it or not. So I think just for the time being, I'm going to hold off on taking Velma, at least until we get a few more of our absolute definites, and then we can kind of figure out the best way to do that house. Because I would really like more than one villager there, but it's just whether we can kind of work it in a way that gives us enough room. So let's continue on just for now. Next up we have Flora, and she would actually be a really great option if we did have a ginger island. That would be really fun. She's so tropical and she kind of reminds me of the gem birds as well. We have Nox again, who I am going to always refer to now as Lewis's golden statue. And now we have Margie. Very cute, but an elephant, so we have to pass on Margie. I actually have to keep stopping to blow my nose, so I feel like I'm getting more bunged up as I go. Sorry about that. Bam is up next, and he is pretty adorable. I do really like Bam as well. Just not what I'm looking for this island, so let's carry on. And then we have Pango again, and Anacotti again. And now we have Bones, and Bones is really adorable. I do like Bones, just can't fit him on the island right now. Kurlos is on this one, so let's keep going. And then we have Alfonso the alligator, another easy pass for me. And now we're at island number 80. Wow. I'm getting a little worried, to be honest, about how long this episode may be. But Angus is here, so that's another easy pass. Let's go straight to the next. So we have Sister Fruit Island now, and it's Maggie. Now, she is very, very cute, and I do wish that she was a good match for someone, as it would be really nice to have a pig on the island, but she doesn't really give me any strong character vibes. Let's grab this DIY though. Oh, it's a stack of books. That's actually a really good one. And now I'll grab all the fruit before we carry on. Next up we have Goldie, another cute villager, and we have a wooden table DIY on this one. I'm really surprised I didn't know this already, to be honest. Blanche is on this island. She's a very cute ostrich, really, really like her, just not on the list for Stardew at the moment. And now we have Caesar, an obvious pass because he's a gorilla, but I'm not really a fan, to be honest anyway. And now we have Drake, and he's a really cute duck. I've had him once before, back on my very first island I think it was, and I actually really enjoyed having him, to be honest. So another quick pit stop to get some more tickets, and our fossil stash is getting really big again. Look at all these that we have waiting for Blathers. Now we only have 30 tickets left in storage already, and then we're going to have to go and get more from a treasure island. So I do really hope we find our villager within these next 30, because we've been going for a while already. So back to our villager hunt, and we have Rio again, but we've already said hi to her, so let's go straight to the next island. And now we have a bamboo island again, and this time it's Canberra. Not really a fan of Canberra. He just looks so angry to me all the time. Sorry to any Canberra lovers out there. Next up we have Dizzy, a really cute elephant. I do like Dizzy, but of course we have to pass on him at the moment. And now we have Rory again. Another one we keep seeing. Island number 90 now, and it's clay again, so I'm not going to hop over there this time, but I will grab this DIY. We got an unglazed dish set on this one. Lobo is on this island, and he is a really cool wolf as well. Not on our list though, so again we're going to keep going, but I'll grab this DIY while I'm here. We've got a Cosmo shower, and that's really nice. I like that. And now we have our 7th Money Rock Island. Wow. And Chrissy is on this one. She's a new face. I haven't actually come across her yet during this series, so that's really good. And I think she could have been a really great Hayley as well. She's so bright and girly and just has that vibe of her. But because we're going the Abel's route with Sable and Mabel representing Hayley and Emily's house, we're going to pass on Chrissy. But I'm going to grab all our bells and we'll get this DIY and then we'll jump on to the next island. So next up we have Eugene, and he is really cool. If he was a bit more emo, he might make a good Sebastian, to be fair. But no, let's keep going. We have Peck up next, and I'm pretty sure we've come across him a few times, though I do tend to get him mixed up with Sparrow sometimes as well. And it's our 8th Money Rock Island now. That means so far we've found about 800,000 bells, and if you include our sister fruit islands, we've probably hit over 1 million easily. Blanche is here again, but as we've already talked to her, I'm just going to grab all the bells and then we'll keep going. So we have the lovely Bangle again, and now we have Meringue again. We also got the nice branch DIY here, and I wonder if that would make a good branch debris for the ground, like what we get in Stardew. I've not ever used it before, so I don't know if it stands up or what. We'll try that. We have Pudge on this island, and he always looks so perplexed to me, but he is kind of cute. So island number 99 now, and we have another sister fruit island, but it's Anacotti again, unfortunately. And now we're at island 100 with Margie. Again, I can't believe we've been to 100 islands already. That's insane, and it's actually starting to get dark now too. 101, and we have another Money Rock Island. That must be about 9, I want to say now. And Bertha is on this island, so as soon as I get all of our bells, we'll move straight on to the next one. Let's keep going. Next up, we have Octavian again, and I swear between him, Marina and Hippo, they are completely haunting me in this playthrough. Just stop it. Sister Fruit Island again with Hornsby. Very, very cute. I do like Hornsby, but of course as a rhino, we're going to leave him here. And now we have another Bamboo Island. And ooh, we have Roswell here. He's so unusual. Like a little chocolate swirl. And I don't really come across him often, to be honest. So it's nice to see someone new and unique instead of so many duplicates. We have another lion, Rex. And now we have Naomi. Not sure if we've come across her already in this series so far. I can't really remember. But never really been a fan of Naomi, I'm afraid. She's just not for me. On to the next island. We have Monty on this one. Not really for me either. There's only a couple of monkeys I actually really like, to be honest. So let's keep going. And we have Avery on this island, a very cool eagle, but unfortunately not who we're hoping to find. We did get the log mounted clock DIY though, so that's pretty cool. So we have Monique on this one, and honestly, she could have been another option for Pam, to be honest. I really like her vibe. And now we have another Sister Fruit Island, and what I can only assume could be Monique's sister, Tiffany. They really could be related, I think. I'm not a fan of how she's side-eye judging me though. Let's grab this fruit and go. And now we have Peanut. Oh, I love Peanut. She's another villager that I had on my first ever island. I'm pretty sure she was my autofill Peppy way back when, before I even knew villager hunting was a thing. She's adorable. I loved having Peanut. So it's 7 PM now and it's getting pretty dark. I think we need to drop everything off, including these fossils, quickly sell our fruits, and I think it's going to be a good time to drop off our tools and keep our inventory as clear as possible, just in case we spawn a tarantula island. I mean, with how many Money Rock Islands we've seen, it could happen, so I'm going to leave all my tools here and just keep the vaulting pole on me for now. Island number 112, and we have Daisy. She's very sweet and definitely a cute dog, but we're going to keep going. We have a sweet little Piper, and I believe we've seen her a couple of times, so I'm not going to hop over there. Let's carry on. We have Sister Fruit Island again, and Annabelle the Anteater. She's not a bad one either, to be honest, but again, just not what we're looking for. Now, at this point, I am getting a bit worried about how late it is and how long this episode may become. Soon enough, I am going to have to call it for the day regardless as well, and either pick it up in the next part or potentially take a roll of the dice and let it autofill for fun. I mean, we may get lucky, who knows? But if we don't, we can always move them out soon enough. But we'll keep going for a little bit longer and then reevaluate if we need to. So let's start by heading to a treasure island to get some more tickets because we are completely out of them right now. So I'm going to pick up as many as I can and fill up my inventory with them for now. Yeah, that should do us for a while, I think. We have lots of tickets now, so I can put them all away in storage, and I'll just keep 10 on me for the time being. So we're back at it, and we have Eloise. I rarely see her except when I'm doing Happy Home Paradise because she's the first villager that you designed for. And now we have Genji on this island, and here's another new face. We haven't come across him yet, so that's really nice. Oh, and it's Deli on this island. Now, Deli is one of the monkeys that I do really like. It's super cute. I like Deli. And now we have Hazel. I really love Hazel. I did think she would be a great Robin as well, even though she is a squirrel, not a farm animal. But that could work because Robin does live in the mountain area. So I don't know. What do you all think about that? About having Hazel as an option for Robin? She's not currently on the list. And again, we're not sure if we're going to have Robin or Sebastian or Maru or more than one at the moment. But she is pretty cute and it could be fun to have her. So I'll let you guys let me know in the comment. But we have got the Zen style stone DIY here, which is great because this will work really well for Grandpa's shrine. So I'm glad we found that. We have Spike, a pretty easy pass of course because he is a rhino, so we'll keep going. And we have our 10th Money Rock Island. That's officially about 1 million bells we've found now during this villager hunt. That is insane. And we have Carrie here, who is aptly named because she's carrying a baby, I guess. I'll grab a quick shovel from Wilbur to get all the bells and then we'll move on to the next island. So it's island number 121 and it's Snake again. Now we've seen Snake a few times, so there's no time to waste. It's getting late. Let's run to the next one. We have a bamboo island now and it's the mouse with the underwear on his head again. Rizzo. I can't deal with this mouse, just not for me. It's so weird. Soleil is on this island and she is another option I've had on the mood board for Pam. I feel like I'm seeing all the Pam options today. Even though she's a hamster, I do feel like she's a great fit for her, but I think I'd lean more towards Panchetti or Brafina if we did have a Pam. So I'm going to grab this DIY and it looks like it's the leaf mask, okay. And now we have Quilson on this island and he is a really cute duck. Not one of my favourites, but he is really cute. And now we have our 11th Money Rock Island. What is going on? This is insane. I don't think I've ever come across this many in one villager hunt before. Our DIY here is the large cardboard boxes. And we have Eric. Eric is one of my all-time favourites. I absolutely love him and I just got him on my Forever Island. He's just so cute and derpy. So let's grab our bells and keep searching because I can't take Eric for this one. And now we have Julia. I really like Julia as well. She's so pretty. I wish there was a good fit for her on the island because it'd be fun to have an ostrich, but I can't really think of any, so she's not on our list at the moment. Let's keep going. It's Kit again, who we've seen a bunch of times, so still a pass. And we have Ike on this bamboo island. He's pretty cool, to be honest. I think I'd probably go for Grizzly over Ike if I was to have a bear. Next up, we have Margie again. She's starting to show up as much as Marina, but we do have the iron shelf DIY though, so that's good. And it's Static again, or according to me, Sparky. I feel like I'm starting to see a lot of crankies now, like the game really wants me to have one. Sister Fruit again with Lewis's gold statue and another cranky. And now we have Leopold. I think if I was to have lions, he could actually be a really good Harvey. He's kind of got that vibe, but I'm not looking for lions, to be honest. And I found another bonfire DIY here. I swear, I still keep getting this one. We have Jitters again, another one we've seen a few times. And now we have our hockey penguin Puck that I mentioned a while ago. He's pretty cute. To be fair, I think all the penguins are pretty cute. We have Stu again. And now we have the lovely Diana. Again, she is one that I had on my very first island. I really, really like Diana. She's very sweet. Next up, we have Bunny, another cute villager. She is a farm animal and a really, really lovely one, but just not on our list and not really giving the vibe of any Stardew character. So let's keep going. Oh, I did find this gold nugget mining cart DIY though. That's a fun one. And now we have Norma again. We're seeing her a bunch of times too at this point. And I think I'm going to give up collecting fossils now because we already have so many waiting for Blathers. We have Annalisa again and Sherb again. But Sherb is pretty cute, so I'm not too mad that we're seeing him again. Vic the Viking is on this island and he's a new face that we haven't seen yet, so let's say hi to him. Now it's Grizzly, who I just mentioned when we saw Ike. I really like Grizzly, and if I remember right, he's got a really cool house as well. I think we're up to 143 now. I could be wrong. I'm not really keeping a good count here, but we have Ed on this island, and he's one that I don't really come across often. I can't even think of the last time I saw Ed on a villager hunt, to be honest. He's really cool, and he could have been possibly a good option for Elliot, but I think maybe Colton is probably the better match for him. We have another bamboo island now, and we have It. Also known as Pietro. I just can't with the clown sheep. I know he's really popular with a lot of people, but for me, I can't deal with it. Nope. Let's move on. We have Rocket on this island. And now we have Apollo, who again we've seen quite a few times, so we'll keep going. Bamboo Island again, and this time we have Eric again. But this is one duplicate I can't be mad at because he's too cute. He makes me smile. Marina, I was wondering when you might show up again. Maybe I should add a counter for Marina as well at this point. And island number 149, I think now. Are you kidding me? This is insane. But we have a bamboo island, and this time it's Angus. Seen them a few times as well, so moving right on. Dom is here on this island. Another new face that we haven't actually seen on this hunt yet, and I really do like Dom. He was my starter villager in hard mode with Cat, and it was a lot of fun having him. There's a DIY here as well. I just skidded to a stop there. And it's the fruit reef. That's actually a fun one, quite farmery as well. We now have Keaton again. And Tiffany again. Or it could be her sister Monique. I really easily get them confused, to be honest. But we have the backyard lawn DIY here, so I'll take that. Now we have truffles. I'm really sorry to any truffle lovers out there, but I'm just not a fan of them at all. I do apologise. They just kind of creep me out a little bit. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the eyebrows or something. But yeah, let's keep going. So now we have another Money Rock Island, and at this point I'm no longer surprised to even see them. Ali the alligator is here too, so let's grab our bells and then we'll move on once more. Next up we have Azealia, a very cute rhino to be fair, but not what we're looking for of course. And now we have Norma again. I think her and Marina are teaming up to haunt my playthrough. Side note though, doesn't the sand look really pretty at night with all those little details in it? I can even see little stars in the sand. It's really cool. And the sky looks really pretty as well. So we have Candy on this island, and I don't think I've seen her yet, to be honest. So we are going to move straight on though. We have the golden piggy bank DIY here as well, but I've already found this earlier. We have Elise again, and Bunny again, and the lovely Sky again, who we've seen before, so we will keep going. And now we have Hopkins, and Hopkins is really adorable, isn't he? I really like him, and he's another one that I don't actually see very often. Next up, we have Sister Fruit Island, and now we have Gail. Another one I've seen a few times, but she is cute, so it's not too bad. Oh no, it's Julian! Oh my god, he was going to be our wizard, and now I see him, I really, really want him. Oh god. The problem is we did the mood board and we talked about it, and we've decided that it makes more sense to build the wizard tower because it will look more like his tower if we do, and because he's a recluse that stays inside and you don't really see him wandering about the island, so it would free up a character home for someone else. But yeah, look at him. I still stick to my original idea that he would make a fantastic wizard. He's got such a good vibe for it. This is really tough. I'm so tempted to take him now and rework things, just seeing him. No, I know. I need to stick to the plan that I have at least for now and not get sidetracked too easily, but it's really hard. So if you guys do change your mind and you think we should in fact have Julian and do it a little bit differently, let me know in the comments down below. I do have his amiibo, so it'll be very easy to bring him to the island if we decide to. But for now, I'm gonna stick to my guns and continue on for one that I know is a definite, and we'll reconsider Julian at another time. Next up we have Peck again, and we have a foxtail DIY from Aldi, that's pretty funny. Bamboo Island once more, and this time we have you again. I keep seeing you, stop it. Diana is here again, but she's a sweetheart, I don't mind seeing her. And now we have Soleil again. This is insane, we must be nearly closing into 200 tickets. This is just, I don't think I've done a villager hunt this long in a very, very long time. And we have Cheddar, the little cheese mouse. Okay, so let's talk a moment. As you can see, it is getting very, very late, and I think this villager hunt is already very, very long. I've been recording all day today at this point, and I will have to stop soon and call it a wrap on this day for the challenge, because I am doing it that each episode is one real life day. So we kind of have two options here. Either we continue on with the villager hunt in the next episode and pick back up where we left off, though we do have another villager hunt that we're going to need to do soon too anyway. Or we take a chance for fun and roll the dice and see who we get as an autofill. Obviously this could go either way, but I'm thinking that we've seen so many villagers today, probably nearly 200, but none that we've really wanted, aside from Julian. So we may as well give it a go and try our luck, because we could get one that we're looking for in an autofill. I mean, it's unlikely, but it could happen. We have 5 tickets left on us, so what I'm thinking is we get through these last 5, and if we still don't find one of our definite Stardew villagers, then I think we'll roll the dice. So let's check the next 5 islands and go from there. So we have Lopez, very cool, I do like Lopez. We have Rhonda again. We have Barold, who's a new face at least. And Sandy has sent us a rose crown DIY in a bottle. That is so fitting. We have Freckles on this island. So cute. And finally, we have a sister fruit island with Weber. What an adorable one to finish on. He's so cute. But yeah, I think as much as I wish we could keep going, I am going to have to call it tonight. So it's now almost 11 PM and this episode is probably double the length at least of the others. Give or take the few breaks I had to take, I've been going for about 11 or so hours. So as each episode is one real life day, unfortunately I am going to need to call it for the night and admit defeat on this villager hunt. So I think what's left to do is to roll the dice with an autofill. Now we could get very lucky and get one that we really want that we haven't seen in almost 200 tickets today. That would be amazing. But you know, if we don't, it's not the end of the world. We can move them off the island pretty easily soon enough. So yeah, let's give it a try and roll the dice. So I'm going to change the date and time on my Switch to tomorrow morning in-game, and we're going to see who buys our plot of land. I'm really nervous, but this could be fun, just to shake it up a little bit. Now, our museum is officially open, and I think I definitely need that coffee after such a long day of villager hunting. So let's go check that out real quick before we rip off the band-aid and see who's going to be moving in. For some Dutch courage. Flick is here too for the first time, but we'll talk to him later. Wow, there's so many fossils here. But now we have the roost. Oh, I'm so glad we have this. Brewster, welcome to Stardew. Can I have one of your wonderful coffees, please? And make it Irish. It's been a long day. Perfect. Okay, now we're ready. Huh. It hasn't sold. Wait, what? We moved forward a day, so surely that should have autofilled by now. That's really weird. I've not actually had that happen before. Alright, let me grab my daily miles and then we'll go forward one more day and see if that makes it sell. Very strange. Again, I've never really had that happen before. So again, let's change to the following day and hopefully this time it will work. So weird. Alright, okay, so now it's sold. I was getting a bit worried there. I am scared to look though. Alright, let's just do it. No way, you're kidding. Panchetti. Okay, so on the villager hunt, we see pretty much every option apart from Brafina that we had for Pam. And also Panchetti's one that I kept going back to, saying I really liked her as the idea for Pam. Of all the villagers we could have got, this is actually pretty funny. I'm not mad. Like, it could have been a lot worse and it could have been a lot better, but the fact that we actually got one from our mood board is actually pretty fun. So I'm actually really, really glad about that. She's basically like, look, whether you like it or not, I'm coming to the island. And that's kind of Pam, to be honest. That's pretty epic. Alright, I'm not mad about that, to be fair. That was a fun roll of the dice. So Panchetti's coming to the island, at least for now. And who knows, maybe we will end up loving her as a Pam and end up keeping her, and we'll just tweak things around a little bit. If not, we can move her off the island pretty quick and easily, so it's not a big deal whatsoever. So I guess I'll leave it up to you guys what you think, whether we stick to building the trailer or we kind of give Panchetti a go and see how we feel once she's on the island. I can't get over that. But that was a really funny way to end such a long villager hunt. This has been a much, much longer episode, but I really do hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments if you did enjoy this longer style of episode, especially when it comes to a villager hunt, or if you do prefer the shorter, more cut down episodes. I'm really going to rely on that feedback from you to decide how I go about it on the next villager hunt we do, and whether I condense it down a lot more or keep it in this kind of style. So please let me know in the comments down below. But with that, I hope you have a wonderful day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.